Hi, hockey community. It's Rob Nurnber here with Sackville Minor Hockey Association. I just wanted to send a quick note out to thank everybody for your incredible support at our big rally that we held earlier last week on the 18th and 19th at the Sackville Arena. It was a tremendous event, awesome feedback. It was so nice to see so many of you come out and join us for that. And I just wanted to follow up while we're off to an incredible start with our Kraft Hockeyville attempt. We still have a long way to go. So I'm really here just to kind of ask for your support to help kind of share our requirements and help pitch in any way that you can. We really need you to spread the word. If you haven't already gone on and added your stories, added photos, made any notes, liked any of the stories, photos that are there as well. That's how we're going to accumulate our points. Would really love your support in doing so. So what I thought I would do as well is just again, just to keep everybody familiar and comfortable with how to do that. What I thought I would do is just give you like a little bit of a walkthrough again. So I'm going to share my screen. And with that, all you're really going to need to do is if you can just go to any search engine. So the one that I have here to share with us is just Google. So I'm just going to go to the search box here, and I'm simply just going to input Kraft Hockeyville 2025 and then enter. And then the Kraft Hockeyville link will come up. So then I'm going to click on that. And that's going to bring us to the main page for the Kraft Hockeyville 2025 event. Now, if I'm new to participating, what I'm going to have to do first is I'm actually going to have to register. So you'll notice over here up in the top right-hand corner, it says sign in or register. So I'm going to click on that. And if I'm a new user, I'm going to register. So I'm just going to click here. The first item is that I have to input my date of birth. So we'll just go with a random one here. So we'll go the 12th and we'll go in October and we'll pick the year. We'll say down maybe a little bit. We'll go with 1999. That was a good year. So we'll go with that. Then I'm going to click here just to initiate that. And then I would input my name at that point. So let's say I'm Chris Smith as an example. Chris Smith. My email address, we'll say is csmith at gmail.com. And then I can just input a phone number, 223-4567. Province is going to be Nova Scotia, obviously. And then postal code. So we'll fill that in. Scroll down here a little bit. Then I have to acknowledge that I'm at least 19 years of age or older. Individuals can go on and share stories if they're 14 or older with parental consent, just as an FYI. And then I can make a consent if I'd like to receive any updates or product news or content from Kraft as well, from Kraft Heinz. So like either choose to or not to, I don't have to. That'll totally be up to yourselves. And then I would click register. So once I'm registered, that's going to officially register me as a participant for the Kraft Hockeyville campaign. Then I would go back to sign in. So now we're officially registered, and then I would just input my email address, each one as an individual. You can only use your own personal email address or work email address as far as that goes, but you're only allowed to have one account set up. So then I'm going to sign in. Now that I'm signed in, what it's going to ask me to do is going to ask me to locate my arena that I'm looking to support. So I'm going to click on here, find my arena. You can also do that at the top as well if you like. So you'll see the various arenas across the country will populate here. So there's quite a number of them that will come up automatically. So we want to find our Sackville Arena here in Lower Sackville. So I'm just going to type in, go into the box here. I'll type in Sackville, and then you'll see our arena come up, which is right here. So I'm going to click on that, and then that's going to take us to our Sackville Arena Kraft Hockeyville page in LDRA. And then now that I'm in here, I can go down. The first section is going to allow me the option to submit a story. It's really the stories that are certainly the driving force. They give the most amount of points. Every story that anyone contributes gives us 10 points towards our total accumulated points for the rally. You can see we have quite a few so far, but there are a number of other communities across the country that are hot on our heels, we'll say. But we do have 60 pages of stories, which is phenomenal. So thank you to everyone that's taken the time to go in and write a story for us. It doesn't take long. I've done mine already, but all you have to do is just come down here to add my story. You're going to click on that. You can either record it and then upload it, or you can write a story. So let's just say I'm going to write a story. And then once I get in here, as you can see, there's 3 questions that are asked. And then I can just write my essential response to that question. So the first one is, tell us about your community spirit and its passion for hockey. Can you describe or explain examples of how this comes to life? So in that box, then I would type out, what my thoughts are around that and how it pertains to our arena here in Sackville. The second question again is, tell us about your arena. Why is it important to you, your family, and your community? And then the third question that they have here is, explain how your community will use the $250,000 to upgrade and improve your arena. So that's the section there. And again, there's the consent box at the bottom that you'll have to check off as well. So those are the stories. Again, those are kind of really like the driving force behind the campaign. Again, as you can see here, that's going to give us 10 rally points for every story that we receive. The second one is going to be any photos. And any photos that we upload will give us 3 points. You're allowed to add 1 story, 5 photos and 1 note, and then we can do up to 15 likes for stories and photos as well. And every like will also give us an additional point as well. So it's really important that you utilize all of your points that you have available to yourselves. So you can see we have 191 pages of photos, which is again fantastic. But we still need a lot more. So we really need your support. We need you to get on there and upload photos, from any memorable moments that you have at the arena, or anything that's connected to the arena, whether it was at another facility and then we came back and celebrated the arena, whatever the case might be, anything that's means something special to yourself. And now once there are photos there, what we can do is if I click on this photo, you'll see that it's going to give me options for reactions. So it's a multitude of different reactions that we can put on. And so I'm going to give this one a heart. For a great great picture. So that's going to give us that heart that I just gave that one picture, just gave us an additional point. So again, it's really important that you utilize your 15 reactions that you have available, and you do that with all of the photos. And again, you can do that with the stories as well. So I'll just go to this story. I think I'm getting close to my 15, but no, okay, so I have 1 more left. So I just gave that another reaction. So bam, that's another point for us as well, for our total points. And then the next option here is we encourage everyone to also, this will again, you have the ability to do this, is just to post a note. So it could be something simple, like you can say here, let's go, as the kids say. So again, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It can just be simple note that you'd like to add, Sackville is Hockeyville, whatever you think it might be. You can add your note there as well. And again, that's going to give us an additional point. So it's crucial that you take the time to, go to the site, add your story, add your photos, add a note, make sure you utilize your 15 likes that you have with different, whether you're doing that on the stories or the photos. Please make sure to use those, because we need as many as we can possibly get to ensure that we're going to finish in the top 4. And share this with any of your friends and family, maybe your colleagues at work. We really need everyone's support. Again, we're in a pretty tough competition here. We're in a really good spot, but we don't want to let the momentum drop off on us. And we want to keep things moving in a very fast, positive fashion as well, to keep things moving for us. So hopefully that gave everybody a little bit of a reminder, or maybe a new idea of how to get to the Kraft Hockeyville site for our campaign. And I'd be remiss, obviously the rally that we held was a tremendous success, huge success. And it was an incredible 2-day event. The alumni games that we held, the Sackville versus Sackville games, the concert that we had outside, the rally outside on the Saturday, the gathering upstairs in the mezz afterwards with John Sear, and all the other musicians that participated over the weekend as well. Just really, truly incredible. And then all the fun we had on Saturday. Certainly the mini stick tournament was a huge hit. And the goalie game, that was wow, that was a huge. I really truly enjoyed the goalie game as well, and certainly something we'll definitely be doing again in the not too distant future. So stay tuned for that. And our Kraft Hockeyville committee is working really hard on some events over the next couple of weeks as well. So stay tuned. I'd be remiss though that none of that would have been possible without the generous support of our sponsors. And I just wanted to take a moment just to thank all of our sponsors again. We'll continue to do this over the next several weeks and over the next month or two. Again, we have the Kraft Hockeyville site is open until March the 2nd for you to add your stories, your photos, do your likes and add your notes. So that's until March the 2nd, and then that will be closed on March the 2nd. And then in around March the 15th, we'll find out from the Kraft committee if we're in the final four, and then we'll go from there for the next stage of the contest. But again, I'd really like to truly thank all of our sponsors. I'll start off with our presenting sponsor, O'Regan's of Dartmouth. Thank you so much, O'Regan's Dartmouth, for your tremendous support in being our presenting sponsor. Our platinum sponsors were Boston Pizza Sackville, Raymar, Save on Fuels, United Mortgage Alliance, and Advanced Systems. Our gold sponsors, Lindsay Construction and Pazance Home Hardware. Our silver sponsors, AJ DeVoe Productions, Battlefield Equipment Rentals, Brady's Photography, Jessam and Associates, Chartered Professional Accountants, Jessam Marketing. Our bronze sponsors, Barrington Wealth Partners Incorporated, Canadian Tire Sackville, Honey Huts, Premier Sports, Sabre Electric, and Sports Wheels. And then we also had our hockey fan sponsors as well. Chad Kennedy's Napa Auto Parts, Corbin's Automotive, Four Wind Designs, Rubber Duck, Theory of a Dead Man, Tim Hortons Middle Sackville, Tim Hortons Sackville Drive, Beaverbank, Tim Hortons Esso location on Sackville Drive, First Lake, and Cobequid. Again, thank you from all of us within our Kraft Hockeyville committee. And I think I speak for our community with many thanks for being tremendous community supporters and sponsoring our event. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have time to get on. And again, spread the word. We need as much support as we can. So go to the website, make sure you upload your photos, your stories, your notes, and take the time to utilize your 15 likes that you'll have available as well. Thanks again. Have a great evening and appreciate your time, and stay tuned for many more events coming up shortly.